Hello, this is David Godfrey, and this is part 2 of my essay on the great Trumpian role reversal. We have also witnessed a great role reversal regarding our estimates of the FBI, the CIA, the Department of Defense, the National Security Administration, and other parts of our intelligence apparatus. Trump has said that the people in these agencies are nuts. He says that they are part of the deep state and that they have contrived to wrongly accuse Russia of being the great boogeyman of our era. Meanwhile, so many liberal Democrats sometimes seem like latter-day John Birchers. They furiously intone, how can anyone doubt the virtue and the validity of our august security agencies and their prophecies regarding the evil and iniquitous Russian bear? Well, years ago, the left doubted what our security services said, and the left was absolutely correct. If you read Halberstam's The Best and the Brightest, or the Pentagon Papers, you will learn that for years we thought we were winning the war in Vietnam because for years the military gave us grossly, extraordinarily inflated statistics of our progress. Very simply, men like Maxwell Taylor, General Harkins, and so many others pulled numbers of kill counts out of the sky. Indeed, by 1963, shortly before he was assassinated, President Kennedy, according to Halberstam, could not believe what the military was telling him. And he said that if he wanted to find out what was going on in Vietnam, he had to read a good newspaper. Of course, Kennedy had very good reason to doubt his military experts from the start of his administration. After all, they told him that the Bay of Pigs would be a cakewalk. Now, the lies continue to this day. For example, recently, public television had a 10-part series about Vietnam. Although it was critical of U.S. involvement in Vietnam, it omitted discussion of objective historical facts, which wholly destroy the arguments of the Hawks. For example, it didn't tell us that Bao Dai, the French puppet who commanded South Vietnam prior to Diem, had assumed power in 1940, courtesy of the Japanese who had just conquered Vietnam. Very simply, we were on the side of rank and rotten fascists. For example, that 10-part series didn't tell us that the United States canceled elections scheduled for 1956 because a CIA poll showed that Ho Chi Minh and the communists would get 80% of the vote. So much for the idea that we were defending them from communism. We were killing them because they supported Ho Chi Minh, a communist. Also, that documentary did not mention that vast sections of South Vietnam were designated free fire zones where the U.S. military killed anything that moved. That our South Vietnamese puppets were so contemptuous and cruel to their people that they urged us to kill them with napalm and crop defoliants. Really, there were so many lies propagated by our security apparatus that there is no space to recount them. It is often said that intellectuals and educated people have a strong affinity to the left. This is no accident. Very simply, we know more than the common herd knows. The common herd listens to moronic news, leads moronic lives, and is perhaps best exemplified by Papio Daniels, a Texas governor from the 1920s who refused to translate court documents into Spanish, smugly stating that if English was good enough for Jesus, it was good enough for Mexicans. And that concludes part 2. And again, this is David Gottfried. Thank you and goodbye.